it do, y'all? Welcome back. We are here. Happy New Year. First and foremost, Happy New Year to all our fans. We are back. It's your boy Forbes and Red here back in the locker room. Welcome back, Red. What's going on, man?
Man, just been grinding and working, brother. But I'm happy to be back on this new year, new flavor
Yes,
of the
sir.
week.
Yes, sir.
No
What's your flavor this year, brother?
flavor this year. Ooh,
What's your flavor?
Neapolitan,
You said who?
Neapolitan, Neapolitan ice cream. That's the
Oh,
flavor.
all right.
You get the vanilla, you get the strawberry, and you get the chocolate. You
Hey,
get the three best flavors.
hey, man, do your thing. That's your flavor. That's your flavor, neighbor. Yeah, no, I know y'all been requesting us. We've been back. We had a lot of things going on, but can't nothing hold Forbes and Red back. We are here doing the podcast. But first and foremost, we want to say rest in peace to all the fallen soldiers that passed away in 2020. 2020 was a rough year for
Very
a lot of
rough.
us. A lot of celebrities passed, a lot of good people, wrestlers, actors, actress, athletes, RP the Code.
RP to MF Doom that just passed too.
Yeah, MF Doom passed away last year, few hours ago. Let's put it like that. But right now it's 2021. It's a brand new year. Hopefully things change this year. Hopefully this pandemic go away, and hopefully the world go back to being normal. We can start doing things normal. Then we can work on our getting our own little space, doing the Forbes and Red, bringing guests to us. But like I said, this podcast ain't going nowhere. We are here to stay, and we're gonna do our thing, Red. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna jump out first. We're gonna jump out. The first topic we're gonna jump out is obviously the big topic that's happening this weekend is all college football weekend. We all know the playoffs is here, down to the final four teams. Alabama,
Four.
Alabama, Clemson, two new teams that's in the Ohio State, Notre Dame. Two teams we wasn't expecting to be there. A lot of people wasn't expecting them to be there. The first two teams, a lot of people already knew they was going to be there. But excuse me, Alabama, Ohio State, and the Irish Notre Dame, they're there. It's crazy. But what's your prediction, Red, on who you think will be the final two teams?
Bama and Clemson. Was that supposed to be a hard question or a trick question? Because
I'm just
you
saying
know,
anything can happen.
Bama and Clemson. No, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Uh huh.
You got Alabama playing Notre Dame, and Notre Dame is choke in the playoffs, sir.
Yeah, I
Choke.
mean
They
they did.
choke. They choke every time they go to the national stage. They
Uh
got
huh.
they. Can we say? Can I say the word? Yeah, this is our shit. They got their ass handed to them by Clemson.
Yeah, I've seen that. My boys.
And they thought they was gonna do that with Trevor Lawrence back. No, Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence is a beast. Is
Yes,
a
he is.
fucking beast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He gonna be playing for the
Downright.
Jaguars.
Hey, better than the Jets. Take that any
That's
day. Take that any day. Take that any day.
yeah,
But,
yeah.
but anyway, but it's just like, bro, I don't have no faith in Notre Dame beating Alabama. Ohio State, they wasn't even supposed to be there. Let me tell you why. It's a
Talk
lot
to me.
of other teams that deserve to be in that spot.
I totally
Only
agree.
reason why Ohio State is in there is because of their schedule. Their schedule, if they were all the other teams play like 12 or more games,
Hmm.
Ohio State Ohio State, let me slow down. Ohio State only play like six, seven or eight. I
Something
think they
like
play
that.
six. I think they play six.
Something like that.
And then they just beat a Northwestern team that's
Mm.
still developing.
Yeah.
But it's just like, why is they even in there?
Right.
I don't have no problem with Ohio State as a program.
Hmm.
Maybe if they would have played 12 games and showed that they proved to be in there,
Uh huh.
yeah, I say they deserve to be in there.
I totally
It was
agree.
it was Texas A&M, Cincinnati. Yeah, a lot of other teams that's supposed to be in there, but you know, college football is college football, and the committee gonna show who they gonna show.
Yeah,
You got to think about ratings too. You know,
I totally agree with you on the
due
ratings.
to the pandemic, a lot of colleges didn't make a lot of money off of that. So you gotta go with what's best for business. And
Yeah,
what's best for business is Alabama versus Notre Dame and Clemson versus Ohio State. But the final two will be Clemson and Alabama. Now, who do I pick first? Who do I pick with Clemson versus Alabama? Whew,
mm-hmm.
man, man. Uh, got the SEC versus the ACC
Yes,
again.
sir.
Wait, yeah, again.
Uh-huh.
So,
That's a tough pitch. That's a tough game.
that'll be a tough game because
If it comes down to that,
I want to pick Clemson, but the way Alabama's been playing, and they just had old boy one Heisman, oh, man,
yeah,
I want to say Clemson, but Alabama looks better, play better. Nick Saban is the goat.
yeah, he is.
Dabo is a goat too, but when it comes down to it, I think Alabama got more offensive power
Right.
and defensive. So I would say Alabama.
Well, for me, um, first and foremost, I like the four teams that's in there. Um, I like Notre Dame. Obviously, we know the program with Ohio State in the Big Ten. No one in the Big Ten, they just run over the Big Ten. Obviously, Michigan State, they try, but they always fall down. And like you said, their season was short anyway because the Big Ten they was being cautious with the pandemic going on if they want to play or not.
Very, very.
And then a lot of teams was getting the virus. A lot of players was getting it from other programs. They were shutting small programs down and all of that. So when it came to um them playing, it was like, hold on, bro. With that firepower offense with Clemson, like I was saying with the pandemic, excuse me before I jump there, like the pandemic was stopping other teams, other programs from playing. So some programs was iffy about playing. That's why we see Ohio State up in there. Like I said, there's other teams that's undefeated, some that's playing way better, that play longer season. But like you said, it's about money, it's about publicity, sales, marketability. You got four teams that's marketable, obviously, for football. Obviously,
Very
you're obviously
marketable.
gonna get. We know what you're
Very
gonna
high
get
level.
from.
Very
Yeah.
high level programs as well.
Mm-hmm. You already know what you're gonna get from the first two teams that we already know about, Alabama and Clemson. Obviously, Clemson and Alabama, either one of them will win it every other year.
Now,
Yeah, now every other year is Alabama or Clemson. Or it used to be Oklahoma. You know, but no, Ohio State won one. I think under Urban Meyer when he was there. If I'm not mistaken, did they win? I don't know. I could be wrong, but
yeah, they did. They did. They
I
did.
think they won one when he was under Urban Meyer.
They
But I
won
could be
one.
wrong. I gotta look it up. But my prediction, I want to see an upset just so the ratings can still go up. Just so like I'm more of an upset guy. I love the upset story
In
because
what game?
either one, you know, either one. Because a lot of people are picking how you picking. Like, oh, is that a question? Like you said at the beginning, it's gonna be Alabama versus Clemson, and then them two gonna be it's toss up whoever wanted more. But for me, I like the upset because to me that builds a better story. Because you already know what you like I said, you already know what you're gonna get out of Alabama and Clemson. You're gonna get a hard fought game, but you wouldn't expect Ohio State to beat Clemson or Notre Dame to beat Alabama. You wouldn't expect them to happen. But if you see Notre Dame pull off the upset, the ratings will go up. And then for me, the recruitment goes up for Notre Dame. Like, okay, you guys just pop one of the best teams in the world for college football in a playoff game. Not to win the whole thing, but you popped them in a playoff game to get to the big dance. But like you said, and it's true, Notre Dame choked when Trevor came back. I call him Sunshine. Well, Sunshine came back. Notre Dame only put up 10 points, but then when he didn't play, Notre Dame almost still lost to the backup. So it goes to
This is
show
true.
me that Clemson is so powerful that even the backup was doing his thing and almost won the game for us, for Clemson, and took it to overtime. I think it was took him to overtime,
Two,
and almost won the game.
2 or 3. No, I think it was 3.
Three
I
overtimes.
was I was watching it. Me and my pops watching it. It
Yeah,
was
like three overtimes,
3.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you took Notre Dame, who was at their peak was undefeated, hot. You took a backup quarterback. They took them to 3 overtimes. Did nobody expect the backup quarterback to come in swinging hot for Clemson when they first met? But then when Trevor came back, Notre Dame forgot how to play football. 10 points. You're supposed
Slice.
to be this high power offense, and you only give me 10 points.
It's the Chip Kelly effect.
And so then Ohio State, you already know what you can get out of Ohio State. A high power running offense, nice quarterback with some core receivers. Alabama, same way. Shout out to the receiver. I forgot his name. He a dog. He just won Player of the Year. First time being Player of the Year. Um, I think his name was Devontae, but he a dog.
Smith.
Smith, he a dog for Alabama. I seen his stat line is ridiculous. And so, like I said,
Yeah.
when they play Notre Dame, I don't know if that defense Notre Dame could contain him, but Notre Dame gonna
Nah.
come out hot. I feel Notre Dame is gonna come out swinging just because they got that underdog in them that people gonna doubt them. Like they gonna probably score the first opening drive and then the game gonna be slow. And then Alabama is gonna go crazy. Like, okay, now they wanna
Man.
we finna show them who we really are. But but obviously, statistically wise and money wise and marketable wise, you want to see Alabama versus Clemson. So hopefully, like we get to see that, and then if the pandemic like died down, you bring some fans in the game. Obviously, you want to have a crowd. You don't want to have no
It's gonna be a little fan still at both games.
right,
So yeah, it's been to a minimum. So I mean, it's not gonna be a lot like how the previous years is
right.
due to the pandemic. But yeah, as you were saying, like yeah, market wise, Alabama versus Clemson would be the right move.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be upset. Not saying it could, not saying it can't, but
Uh-huh.
I don't see it. Maybe if we was talking about college basketball, yeah. March Madness
Possibly,
wise, yeah.
yeah. I
Football
can fully
wise,
agree, but
football wise,
yeah,
after
I
what
mean
happened,
it's football,
after what
but
happened,
the last time Alabama got upset, it was against Auburn, from my understanding. That kick return for the field goal when Auburn played Alabama a few years
yeah,
ago.
yeah, that was a big game.
Didn't nobody expect dude to return that field goal back for the touchdown to win the
Nobody
game.
expect the kicker not to miss the field goal.
It was 60
Well,
plus yards.
yeah, but you know how,
His
but
leg wasn't that strong. I
and the
mean, he was a
wind was strong.
freshman.
The wind was strong that day too.
Right. He was a freshman. Obviously, leg ain't that strong. You kicking 60-yard field goal. Obviously he knew. Nick Saban knew he was gonna miss, but he didn't know it was gonna be returned for a touchdown. Them they that's what I think that was the last time Alabama got upset it like that. But we're gonna see later today. I mean, we're gonna see what's the turnout gonna be for this. We're gonna see come. We're gonna see the outcome, and then we'll talk about it on the next podcast of what the outcome was, who the final two will be, and we'll talk about it. But like I said, I think it's going to be Alabama, Clemson as well. I can agree with you on that. But I want to see an upset just because I love seeing upsets in any sport: basketball, football, hockey, you name it. I Baseball, you name it. I love seeing upsets. I love seeing the underdog team that no one predicted to win. You know, to win their game. So that's just me. I just love seeing that. But we're gonna jump gears. We're gonna switch gears until the NBA. Right now, obviously the NBA is back full effect. Opening night was a success. Christmas was a success. A lot of teams got blown out on Christmas, y'all boys included.
Man. Man.
you know, but it's just been a lot going on, and I want you to get your input on if you've been watching the game. I know you've been watching the game lately. What's your take on Kevin Durant and Kyrie playing together?
Deadly. Deadly dose.
Mm-hmm.
Deadly dose. We're gonna do
Elaborate on
deadly
that.
dose. Man. First of all, you got two All Stars. You have two men that have NBA championships.
Uh huh.
You have one that was a two-time Finals MVP.
Two.
True, I was right. And the MVP.
You got a two-time Finals MVP and season MVP and Kevin Durant.
And both Rookie of the Year. Both
Yep.
Rookie of the Year.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Very. And to see this Brooklyn team, the way they did the first game, the way they did Golden State the first game,
Yeah.
I like the offense. I like that whole coaching staff. Like I said in the beginning of the podcast when
Yeah.
we talked about this, I like the move with Steve Nash and
Mm-hmm.
that he bought Amari Stoudemire, Mike D'Antoni,
Yes.
some of the guys that he
He
played
put
with,
that Phoenix staff.
like Phoenix staff. That's 7 minutes, that's 7 seconds or less. Offense
That's
is proving deadly.
yeah. They're
I'm not
playing
gonna lie.
deadly.
The last game against Atlanta, man, when Kevin Durant did Kevin H. I can't say his
Mm-hmm.
last name because I don't know how to pronounce it, from Atlanta. Crossed up old boy deadly and just let it go.
There they go.
Let it go. But
The
man,
dog.
that Atlantic division is tough. I'm not gonna say it's not because you got the Knicks who still rebuilding. You got a Toronto Raptors team that doesn't have the same, teammates they had on their championships team from 2 seasons ago.
Uh huh.
And you have a Boston team that is hungry too.
Yes, sir.
They got Tatum, you got new addition Tristan Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
you got Jalen Brown, got Marcus Smart. But man, to see what they did the same thing against Boston. But the
Yeah.
only but now they lost you can say like a key part too. Spencer Dinwiddie to ACL injury. And we see how they dealt with that against Atlanta.
Yeah.
So, I think it's gonna get better. I think I can see this team in the finals. I'm not gonna say that right now because we
Okay.
still got a lot of season to go. But I can
Yeah.
see them going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe it depends on who they play in the Eastern
Uh
Conference
huh.
Finals. Yeah, but if one of the two stars get injured, hmm,
Yeah.
hmm,
We ain't gonna predict on that.
we're not gonna predict that. But those two games that they lost, okay, the first one I
Mm-hmm.
think, first one,
I think the first one was against the Hornets
yeah,
when
first one was against the Hornets, and
what's his name,
I
Scary
think,
Terry dunked on KD.
yeah, that was nasty. But was Kyrie playing that game or was he
Yeah.
wasn't? Okay, so we could say that's their first L, but they lost against a buzzer beater.
Yeah. That was the first L, and the second
And
L
the second
came
L, they
against
wasn't, and the second L they wasn't playing.
yeah.
So they lost against,
Was it Memphis?
yeah, it was Memphis. They
Yeah.
lost against Memphis. So we can only say they lost one game
As a collective unit.
as a
Yeah.
collective unit.
Well, without Spencer Dinwiddie, but with the
Yeah,
duo playing, they lost one game so far.
yeah. But that besides the two players, they have a nice team. You still got Jared Allen, a big
Mm-hmm.
center. You still got
Stretch.
DeAndre Jordan. You got Karis LeVert. You got Joe Harris. You got Shamit Landry
Shamit
from the Clippers.
Johnson.
You also got Teron Prince, defense wise. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
This team is stacked, low key stacked. They have
Yes.
potential, and they have veterans, and they have big
Yep.
veterans, big OG veterans.
Oh,
So
geez.
I'm liking this Brooklyn team, but I still got to see. It's still the beginning of the season.
Right.
We still have a long way to go. Like
Yeah,
I
so
said, my
so
prediction still gonna be I can see them in the Eastern Conference Finals, but I gotta see who they
okay.
playing against.
Well, for me, I've been watching them. We all know what you're gonna get from Kyrie and KD. Like
Pretty much.
no one was expecting KD to come back this good.
Why
After
not?
the Achilles injury, you want to take it slow. Kevin Durant came back. I like he never tore it. He's still putting up 30 points, 28, 26 points. And when I watch him play, it's like it don't even look like you tore his Achilles at all. He's still showing us why. To me, he's the second best scorer because LeBron's still playing. Why he's showing us why he's the second greatest scorer, all around scorer of this game of right now. And KD will go down in history as one of the great scorers to play this game. But he coming around to show us why he's still that man. Like, yeah, he went to Golden State. He did the snake move going to Golden State, won them 2 championships. But he's still showing us why he that scorer. Like, why he is that 7 foot point guard as they call him. Like, he's a 7 foot guard. Like, you're 7 feet and you pulling up from the 3 point line, elbow jumper. You got a little post game in you. You can take him off. You can take your man off the dribble. Like, Kevin Durant could do it all.
Very talented.
Very talented offensive player. IQ, like assist wise, he can work on it. But the scoring ability, you can't. It's unmatched. Like, you can't take that from Kevin Durant. And obviously, you already know what you're gonna get from Uncle Drew. The handles, break your defender down. He gonna give you his 24, 26 a night. If he hot, he give you 50. Same with KD, he give you 50 if he hot. To me, I believe this duo can make the finals due to the fact that, yes, Milwaukee got better. Chris Middleton has got better. They added Drew Holiday. I love that big three in Milwaukee. They just got a jail. They've been losing some games, and, yeah, they shot 29 threes the other night, but then you come back and lose to the same team you lost. You shot 29
That you
threes on,
just that you
which is
just blew
still
out.
was confused. That's why I said they
That's
got a
confusing.
jail. But Uncle Drew Holiday gonna do his thing over there. But that big three gonna do their thing. My boys Boston, our big two, we gonna do it. They gonna Jalen Brown and JT. They still young, but Jalen Brown just put up 42 against Memphis the other night. And so it's like, these guys, we coming our way, but only team in my eyes that can really put up a fight with Brooklyn, I would say is Boston, because you got Jason Tatum, who's almost a 7 footer that can match KD a little bit. Because as you can see, when they played Boston, they ran over Boston in the third quarter, and that's Boston's biggest problem. The second half, third quarter, because Boston had that problem in the playoffs. Come third quarters, like, if we don't have a lead, we gonna let the other
Oh,
team
we
come back.
we know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trust me.
We
I
know.
watched the games where we were supposed to win, especially like the Toronto series where we were supposed to.
That was
We
last year.
got rid of Toronto,
We not gonna talk about that. That was last year.
but
We not gonna talk
that
about
was
that.
last season. But I love this duo between them. A lot of people
A whole
say they
different
don't know
team
if
now.
it'll work. It's working. They don't, like I said, they haven't lost one game so far together.
Hmm.
But when they're on the court together, it's dominant.
Just
They
like
they share
USA
the ball with each other.
basketball. Just like USA basketball when they was
Yeah,
teammates.
they dominate on the court. So that's why I said when I think of duos, when I think of duos right now, they're up there with the Anthony Davis and LeBron duo. But AD and LeBron held the
DJ
trophy
and
yesterday.
Dame.
CJ Dane, Brown and Tatum, other duos that you see in the league, KD and Kyrie up there. But to me, to prove that they could be a dynamic duo, you got to win the championship.
Steph and Clay, but Clay's not.
Free Clay, man. My boy Clay tore his Achilles, man. I was looking forward to seeing Clay on the season, but so far, I love seeing them. The season started off great. A lot of teams I'm really shocked in seeing the Magic undefeated at the moment. Things could change. Well,
They
I think that's
lost.
going to change. Oh, I'm sorry, they lost. But I'm just saying, like in the beginning, like a lot of teams started
No,
off undefeated,
they just lost.
you know. But a lot of that's going to change as the year go on throughout the season. Brooklyn, I still think Brooklyn will finish top two in the East, top three at best, top three in the East. No matter what, they're going to finish top three in the East, making the playoffs. A lot of teams are looking bad. Toronto not looking so hot. Kyle Lowry, he a veteran. He can't do it all. Fred VanVleet signed that contract. He can't do it all either. Power side Siakam. I need to see some work from Siakam. You got a big payday. You and Fred, y'all both got a big payday.
No,
So
we did see it from Siakam. Fred is showing his worth. We need to see it from Siakam.
y'all gotta show me something. You
Ibaka's
know
not there no more.
exactly. They lost a lot of key players: Marcus Gasol, Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green, and now you just lose Ibaka to the Clippers. So and then you lose Marcus Gasol to the Lakers. So it's like key players that was there for that championship run on different teams now. So it's like now you play with a bunch of young guys, and hopefully it'll work out. But other than that, I love watching KD and Kyrie play together. Obviously, I've been watching both of them for a while. So they both got in the league, and now they're on the same team like they was for USA. But now they playing for a championship now, not a gold medal. They playing for a championship now, and I believe they could make the finals. But like you said, Eastern Conference Finals, I can see them going against Milwaukee, a Milwaukee team, just because of the fact maybe Milwaukee or Boston, because I don't see them going against a Philadelphia. I like Philly, but Philly does choke in the
I can
playoffs.
I can't really say who I want to see them against. I don't know.
The East, to me, the East always gonna be up for grabs.
Yeah,
But with Kevin Durant and Kyrie, that Brooklyn team
it's deadly.
is deadly. It's dangerous. It looks good on paper and it looked good on the court. Hopefully speedy recovery for Spencer Dinwiddie. Wasn't I thought he was hurt against Boston because his shoulder popped out of place on rebound. I watched the game, but then he tears ACL the next game. Like his body was just already banged up anyway. I think he was out of shape. A lot of these guys are out of shape. That's
They
probably why
didn't
you see a
have
lot of
it. They
injuries.
didn't have much enough time to
Enough time, enough rest. Like you see LeBron, his ankle still got ankle problems. Anthony Davis with the calf and the
So my
shoulder,
fantasy
always.
team.
So it's like a lot of guys. They got these guys out of shape, and
And you got
these
some that's
injuries.
testing positive for COVID too.
You know what I'm saying? So COVID coming around. So it's like, who knows? But I love to see it.
Much.
I love to see it. So hopefully, like you said, you got a big season ahead of you. We can call predictions right now, but in the middle of the season, come All Star break, we'll have something to say to see who will be that firepower team that's going to
Too,
hold that
too,
trophy that we have to hold
too,
that
too
trophy.
bad it won't be in Indianapolis. Whew.
I know, man. I was looking forward to seeing it.
Next door neighbors. Next door neighbors.
So now we're gonna switch gears and go to another playoff thing that's going to happen soon. NFL playoffs. This scenario, man, this wild card scenario it's a big one, dog. This is their
Big one.
first time doing this.
Big one. Big one.
The first seeds get a bye only. Like we all know, usually it's the first two seeds and use the conference to get a bye week, but now it's just the first seeds only.
To help other teams who never got the chance to go to the
Yeah,
playoffs to the playoffs. So we have two scenarios.
break it
We're gonna
down.
start. We're gonna start with the NFC.
Uh
In the
huh.
NFC, there are three. Well, how should I put this? Okay, so we're not counting the Packers. They're number one.
Right.
We're not counting the Saints. They're number two. Number three is Tampa Bay, obviously. So all the three teams that I just said are in the playoffs already. Now, the fourth, fifth, is it three spots for the wild card or two? I think it's two.
Mm-hmm.
It's three?
You said who?
I think it's two. No, it's two more spots. Yeah, it's two more
I think it's
spots.
two more spots. Two
It's
more
two more
spots.
spots. Okay, so we have a wild card prediction. So for we talk about the NFC East. So in the NFC East situation, there are four teams, but one is out, which is the Eagles. So it's three. You have the Eagles playing the Washington football team, which
Mm-hmm.
the Washington football team is leading in the NFC East. Now, if the Eagles beat the Washington football team and
Right.
Dallas beat the Giants,
Talk to me.
Dallas will go to the playoffs. So you Cowboys fans can shh.
Yeah.
But if the Washington football team wins and Dallas loses against the Giants, then the Washington football team goes to the playoffs.
Uh huh.
Now, let's say if the Washington football team lose, and Dallas lose, the Giants will take both of their spots and go to the
Yeah,
playoffs. And that division sucks. I'm just gonna say it. That division
very,
sucks. Very
very.
sucks. Yeah, it made me wish Dak Prescott wasn't injured.
Yes,
Get well soon, Dak.
yes.
Get well soon, Dak. But anyway,
Uh-huh.
that's that whole situation with that. Now we're gonna move on to the two wild card spots.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, we have a scenario which three teams, two only needs to go. So this scenario includes the Chicago Bears, the Los Angeles Rams, and the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
Now the Cardinals and the Rams play against each other. Oh, I forgot. The Seahawks are in the playoffs. So that means the two wild card teams are NFC East. And the last scenario I'm describing. Okay.
Yes.
I just clarified that for everybody. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, in the last spot, it's between three teams: the Bears, who
Mm-hmm.
are 8-7,
Yep.
the Rams, who are hold on, let me check my stats.
I think the Rams are eight
The
and seven.
Rams are 9-6,
9-6.
and the Cardinals, who are 8-7.
They're 8-7.
So in this situation, the Rams and the Cardinals play each other.
Uh-huh.
So let's say like this: the only way this can come true is if the Rams beat the Cardinals, the Rams will take that last spot.
Mm-hmm.
If the Cardinals beat the Rams and the Bears beat the Packers, the Bears take that spot
Mm-hmm.
because the tiebreaker. But
Yes.
let's just say the Bears lose against Green Bay and the Cardinals beat the Rams, then the
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals will take that spot.
Okay.
So my prediction in this situation with this scenario, the last spot I wanted to go to the Bears. I wanted to go to the Bears. The only way I can see it going to the Bears is if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play. But
Right.
but my prediction for this final seed will go to the Cardinals. And I
Ooh.
say and I say this and I say this. The
Ooh.
only reason why I say this is
Ooh.
because Jared Goff is injured.
Yeah.
And
He's done, right?
their backup is Blake Bortles. I haven't seen Blake Bortles play since that AFC, just that year the Jags were very good. And that's that one season.
Decent. They weren't that good. Decent.
They were supposed to win that game. But we're not
I
gonna talk
know.
about that.
I
We
know.
not
I
gonna
know
talk
about
about that.
that.
We not gonna talk about that because they messed my whole
Yeah, we know.
yeah. So I'm choosing Kyler Murray and D Hop and Larry
D Hop
Fitzgerald
and
and
Fitzgerald.
the boys and Cliff Kingsbury and the boys to go to the wild card. That's
Well,
if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play against the Bears.
well, with that scenario you're saying, I feel that um
But we can both agree that Washington football team is going to play.
yes.
Okay.
Uh
We don't need to discuss the East team. Just
I feel that the Washington football team, they have the potential to like hold that position because
need to find out that quarterback situation.
yeah, the quarterback
Well, because
situation,
Alex Smith is injured, so
but that's why I say I feel they can keep their spot, but I don't know because the quarterback situation. Obviously, we know what happened with Hawkins and his situation. Alex Smith is hurt, so their quarterback situation is
yeah, Hawkins
right now.
just got thrown to the wolves. So
With the Giants, that's a toss up. They like I said, their division terrible, sucks. Like I'm
boo
not,
boo,
I'm keeping this PG. I really want to say something different. Keep it PG right now, but that's my
boo
opinion.
boo.
Yeah, but the
You
explicit
can't even
version
recycle them. Hey, boo boo.
for real, they need a do over. And I'm sorry, and it's messed up
They
that
make the
Dak got
AFC
hurt.
East look good. They make the Jets look good.
Man, the Jets need to go join them.
Who?
But shout out to Dak. Hopefully, he had a speedy recovery. We all saw that gruesome injury that happened earlier this year. If Dak never got hurt, I think we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now.
We
They'd be going
wouldn't.
against the Buccaneers probably. That'd be a great game to see. Tom Brady versus Dak. That'll be a great game to see. But for me, I think I think the Cowboys can pull it off with Andy Dalton. Um, to go against Tom Brady in the Buccaneers in the wild card, just because the fact that
You want to give D-Town their props.
Washington got a quarterback problem. The Giants, they choke a lot when it's time to get in the playoffs for these last few years.
They haven't been to the playoffs in a minute.
They haven't been to
Since
playoffs in a
the
while,
since the boat trip.
so
Since the
it,
boat trip.
right since that boat trip picture. So that like I said, it's up for grabs, but whoever gets it, they deserve it. Obviously, neither one of them deserve it. But on A and the NFC, also in the NFC, I think the Bears will make the spot too.
If
I got
Aaron
the
doesn't
Bears.
if Aaron doesn't play, I'm saying it.
I think either if Aaron does play, because he's not gonna play too much because they already got a first week bye.
I don't see no reason for him to play. If y'all already got a first round bye, why is your
Because I say he gonna play
quarterback playing?
because do you want to play against your rival in the playoffs?
They won't even. That's if they rival get far.
You know what I'm saying? Because they might beat the Saints. Who knows? Drew Brees. They might because the scenario they play the Saints first game. So it's like, when you want to see the Bears and against you in the second and the divisional round, like then that'll be a great game to see as well. But the games I'll love to see the Bears make it just because obviously it's still Chicago, look good for the city. But I think Aaron Rodgers might play spoiler and play Sunday just to just like rub it in. Plus, it's a rival game. Like Aaron Rodgers, he loves playing against the Bears. That's when you see his numbers go. And plus, Aaron Rodgers is playing for MVP right now against Patrick Mahomes, so you need to vote. So the same thing with the Chiefs. Are you gonna sit off? It's
Yeah, he's
Patrick.
sitting out. He's sitting out. It's already been
Well,
announced.
obviously they play. I forgot who they playing, but I mean, in his case, yeah, you can sit out. But Aaron Rodgers is trying to get an MVP right now. So is he gonna sit out? Well, no, we'll find out. But I got the Bears. Bears are gonna make it. Cardinals. I love to see it. I love to see it. I love to see it. Put Larry Fitzgerald back in the playoffs. D Hop.
The only reason why I say the Cardinals is because now I don't know about the Rams. So that
The
offense,
Rams. That's a toss up.
they
That
defense,
defense. The Rams defense has saved them to get in the playoffs because the defense is
yeah,
still good.
still gotta find a way to score though.
That's hey. Long as that
They
offense on the other
sneaky,
side,
but
as
yeah,
long as that offense is on the other side not playing, we'll see.
yeah.
We'll see. But I can't wait. I can't wait for that to happen.
Um,
I look forward to that and all of that.
yeah. But we're gonna switch conferences now. So we're going to the AFC. Now the AFC is a bit crazy, people. So bear
Yeah.
with me when I say this. So as I look up, we have the top three teams. The number one team, the reigning defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs,
Mm-hmm.
are number one. They have home field advantage, obviously.
Right.
The Bills, surprisingly, well, that's not a
Surprisingly.
surprise. It's not a surprise really because did they win? No, they did not win the division last year.
Mm-hmm.
But surprisingly, they won their division this year and are 12-3. They got the number two seed.
Not surprising at all. Just the fact that the Patriots, a lot of the guys on the Patriots did not play this year due to the fact that they was COVID.
Yeah,
A lot of players like I'm not playing because I don't want to risk getting sick. And I respect that from the Patriots. Like I respect that from guys that didn't want to play. So obviously you're gonna see the year that they have. Obviously you see the Dolphins having a tremendous year, which is shocking to everyone. Like the Dolphins is playing good football, with Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua, and Ryan Fitzpatrick got tested COVID, so ah, don't mess up the good season that they having, especially with Ryan Fitzpatrick, as they call him, Ryan Fitzmagic. Yeah,
the man's from Harvard.
So
But
other than that,
that's
that's a tough one. AOC, Pittsburgh, they were supposed to be undefeated,
still
but
not done yet.
hmm,
Still not done yet. But yeah, we know Pittsburgh was supposed to be undefeated, but you know how games are. They lose their magic. They only lost three. So
yeah,
the
stop
Steelers are
dancing on
number.
logos, Juju.
He just
You
TikTok
see what
my.
happened when he
You
was
see,
dancing,
dude
dude let
called
him
him out.
know.
He said, "I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop." Yeah, you should
Yeah,
have
he
been
got
stopped.
hit. He lost his brain cells.
Don't be like who. We not gonna say that. No, we're not gonna say that. That's throwing shade. I would never throw shade towards that man.
I respect that. I respect that.
Number
But
three is the
talk to.
Steelers.
Uh huh.
So we have our top three teams.
Mm-hmm.
Now, number four
Mm-hmm.
is the Tennessee Titans with that man monster Derrick Henry.
King me.
So
King
we have
Henry.
our four teams locked in.
Yep.
Four division champions already locked in.
Yep. Yep.
But the Titans have not locked their division in yet
Not yet. Not yet.
due to one other team, the Indianapolis Colts. So, people, let's play the scenario out.
Uh huh.
So,
Talk to me.
in order for us to get these last two spots,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to break it down. So, the Titans play the Texans, which should be easy. So, if the Titans beat the Titans win the spot.
Oh yeah.
Now, if the Titans lose against the Texans
Uh huh.
and the Colts, well, they play the Jags,
Yes.
and the Colts beat the Jags, the Colts take the
Yep.
spot.
Yes.
But let's just say if Tennessee wins, which they probably would,
Probably
which they
would.
probably are, the Colts are still in the wild card contention. Now, here's how I'm going to break it down. There are three other teams
Mm-hmm.
competing for this sixth spot. We have the 10-5 Miami Dolphins. Surprisingly,
Surprisingly.
we have the 10-5 and last year's MVP Lamar Jackson and his team, the Baltimore Ravens.
Shockingly that they're down that low, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and we have the 10-5 Cleveland Browns, who
Very
just
surprising.
lost half of their core to the COVID.
Yeah.
And last week they got whipped by the Jets, which I can see because they didn't have their core. But
No
you
excuse.
know what they always say, next man's up. But
Next man is up. No
it
excuses.
was on short notice.
No
But we're not gonna
excuses.
hold it. They have a whole week now.
Yes, sir.
But so here's the top. Here's how these three teams play.
Mm-hmm.
So the Miami Dolphins play the Bills. Whew, that's gonna be a tough game.
Very tough. I got
Very
Miami.
tough. Miami almost beat them last time too. I got the Bills
I got Miami.
because Josh Allen is a god.
Yeah, him and Diggs.
The,
Diggs
the
make that team better.
fun fact on Madden: if you play with the Bills,
Uh-huh.
Josh Allen throwing power is a 99.
Yeah, I see that. I love playing Madden. He's very
Very
powerful.
impressive. Very impressive. Okay, and then the Ravens. They play the Bengals.
Like
Easy
who?
W. Easy W. Easy W.
Easy though. Easy though.
Easy W. Get well to Joe Burrow. He tore
Yeah.
his ACL and his PC and his MCL.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Speedy
He walking
recovery.
now. He's back walking.
And that's a blessing. Now the Browns, they played the Steelers. Cleveland, y'all won't be going to the playoffs this year. Y'all had a good run. Y'all lost Odell. Y'all was trying to come back.
Yeah.
If y'all would have won last week, we would have been talking about y'all. Y'all would have had y'all spot locked up. But Cleveland's gonna miss out on the playoffs again for another year.
Yeah.
So who is most likely to get that last spot? It depends. I really want to see the Dolph. Oh wait. We still forgot the Colts. We still forgot the
Got the
Colts.
Colts, brother.
So here's how we're gonna take the Browns away because we don't care about them. Okay. Then we're gonna have Miami, the Ravens, and the Colts. So the Colts play the Jags. That's an easy dub. But they'll be 11-5.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way I can see, oh wow. So Miami's 10-5. The Ravens are 10-5. Whoo. Okay. So the only way I can see this is Miami beat the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
They go to the wild card. because they're the fifth
Mm-hmm.
seed, regardless. But if Miami lose to the Dolphins, if Miami lose to the Bills, my bad,
Yeah.
then the Ravens would have to take that spot.
Oh.
But if the Ravens lose to the Bengals and Miami lose to the Bills, then the Colts will have to take that spot. But if I have to go out on a limb,
Uh huh.
I'll say I agree with you. I would love to see Miami in the playoffs because what the coach has done his second year is impressive.
Mm.
What Brian Flores has done with that team is impressive.
Very impressive.
And he's a defensive minded coach.
Yes, he is. And you see, they almost beat Kansas City.
Al- Almost.
But
Hold
almost
on.
don't count unless you're playing horseshoe.
True. And we have the Ravens. Now we never count the Ravens out. We love Lamar
Never.
Jackson. We love Lamar. We love Michael Ingram too.
Mm-hmm.
We love Hollywood Brown.
And my
But
boy
let's be for
Dez.
real. Let's be for real. If Miami wins, they're not
Mm-hmm.
going to the playoffs. If Miami
Yeah.
wins, the Ravens are not going to the playoffs. But if Miami loses and the Ravens win, which they should,
Which
because
they
they're playing
should.
against the Bengals,
Mm-hmm.
and this is for the sixth seed in the playoffs.
Yes, it is.
I think the Ravens have a more likely chance to go to the wild to take that last wild card spot. That's in my opinion.
I agree. I totally agree because for the Ravens, obviously, just tell Lamar Jackson don't get him on cramps or go take a bathroom break
Came
in the
back
middle of
though.
the game.
Came back.
He talking about he ain't had no he ain't had to use the bathroom. Yeah, I know that wobble. We all know that wobble. He
Yeah.
talking about he had a cramp. You don't do that wobble with a cramp. He had to go to the bathroom. But at the end of the day, the Ravens gonna get that spot. Shout out to Miami. If they don't get in the playoffs, shout out to Miami.
Yeah.
Still having a winning seat, a winning record.
Big improvement. Big
You
improvement.
know,
Big improvement.
a major improvement with
And
Tua
you're
coming
playing
in
a
the
two
game.
quarterback system,
Yeah, I love that. I love that system.
which I never, which to be honest, like I didn't think Fitz would get benched for Tua. I didn't really think Tua would play this season, but ticket sales, ticket sales.
ticket sales, but at the same time, and his draft stock, he was a
Yeah,
high pick,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you got to play him. Even though Fitzpatrick wasn't doing bad,
He wasn't.
they want Fitzpatrick wasn't doing bad. They just had to eventually threw Tua in there, like, okay, we got a high draft pick. Let me see what he can do. He wasn't no Tom Brady like a 6th round pick. Tua was a
Mhm.
first round player, so you had to see what he did. And obviously, he's doing good. He almost beat my homeboy Patrick Mahomes. So, and they still was winning. Even when he came in the game, they were still winning. And for Tua, even if they don't make the playoffs, he can still say, you know what, we finished 10-5 or 11-5.
We got potential.
We got a great team over here, great coaching staff. Obviously, they can resign if they want to resign Ryan Fitzpatrick just to keep that core strong and to keep that veteran leadership for Tua because obviously whatever Ryan is telling him, it works on the field. Whatever leadership qualities that Ryan is showing Tua is bringing it towards the field, and he's executing it every game, every week. We see them play, and so on and so on. So that's why I think it's going to be a tough playoffs. I can't wait till it start. It's going to definitely be a
Yeah.
tough playoffs on both sides. You
See
got some
after
great games on both sides.
most definitely we'll see after this week. Most definitely will.
Most definitely. But the last topic of the night, obviously, for y'all who don't know, we had a tragedy towards the end of the year in the wrestling world. Mr. Brodie Lee, known as Luke Harper in WWE, passed away not through COVID. They say it wasn't through COVID, but he just
Lung
passed
cancer.
away. Cancer.
Lung
But
cancer.
he was a great guy. From what I was reading about him, with the Wyatt family, he had his run with the Wyatt family. They tried to make him an independent wrestler, didn't work out in WWE, him by himself. Then they tried to put this crazy tag team together in WWE. They
Which
won the
which
belt.
you which
Hmm.
which the Bludgeon Brothers did work.
Yeah, that's what I said. I
They
was gonna
did
say they
work.
did work. I think they won a belt,
They won the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
won the titles. They just kept trying to change his gimmick up a little bit in WWE, which I wasn't feeling. I think they broke up that Wyatt family too quick, so everybody go independent. Um, that should have stayed a little longer, but you know how WWE is. And then he
Hmm.
went to AEW. He won the TNT belt. Shout out to AEW for they retired that belt for him only. Like he's the only player that can ever have that belt. Gave it to his son. Cody. Shout out to Cody Rhodes and them people at AEW.
Big
I
ups,
love
big
I love
ups,
that company. But like you
big
said, he was a
ups.
great guy. You know more about Brodie Lee than I do. But from what I've been watching over the years from WWE standpoint, he's just a great guy, great family man, great wrestler. He follows the script. He knows what he's doing. So rest in peace to Mr. Brodie Lee. To his family, keep him in their prayers. Hopefully 2021 brings them happiness, good joy. Hopefully it can bring them peace. I know you can't bring him back, but hopefully it brings them peace. Within themselves, they can try to move on from it. Don't forget though, you can try to move on, but he's always gonna be a good memory in your heart. He's a great father, and so shout out to Mr. Brodie Lee.
Man, so we don't talk about wrestling that much. We don't talk about wrestling that much since Survivor
No,
Series. But yeah, this takes the cake.
mm-hmm.
I want to speak more on it. So
Just talk to him.
Brody Lee, the persona in AEW. First of all, shout out to AEW. Shout out to Cody. Shout out to Tony Khan. Shout out to all of them. That tribute was the best tribute
Yeah,
I have
that was a nice
seen
tribute.
in years because not only not only did they give him a tribute, they offered his son, Brody Lee Jr., a contract
Mm-hmm.
and told this boy, when you grow up and you want to get in the wrestling business,
Mm-hmm.
you have a guaranteed contract with AEW.
Guaranteed. I love it.
I love that. I love that. And the whole night was dedicated to Brody Lee and
It
his
was.
organization and his group called the Dark Order.
Mm,
Everybody in the Dark Order won their matches.
that's
And they
love.
paid a tribute to him in a special way with his moves, his attire, everything.
That's good
And the
stuff.
most, the match that surprised me the most was it was Hangman Page, John Silver, Alex Reynolds versus MJF, and Santana and Ortiz. And during the middle, like towards the end, the inner circle had one of their guys, Warlow, come out and
Mm,
attack the other team
mm-hmm.
that was representing Brody Lee, the Dark Order, and Hangman. The surprise in that match was
Mm-hmm.
the other half of the Bludgeon Brother came out
Mm-hmm.
and made the save, and
Hmm.
I was like, wow,
Yes,
like
yes, yes.
he wasn't even signed to the company.
Oh, really?
And after the match, he brought out a sign and said, it was nice. I don't know what it said, but he said, I'll meet you one day, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And that made, man,
Yeah.
that made me tear up because them guys were a tag team and they were part of the Wyatt family. And this tribute, the whole tribute night, everybody had something good to say. Nobody had
Yeah.
nothing bad to say.
I
Even
respect it.
some people from WWE did some of his moves into a tribute. Xavier Woods, Ricochet, all of them.
Yeah.
You might see some on SmackDown, but it was just like everybody had something good to say about him, and it was like people from WWE was acknowledging it, but
Okay.
AEW did the best for it. AEW
Yeah.
did the best for it, and they told his wife and his kid like, "We got you forever. You're a part of our family," and that really touched me
Mm-hmm.
because it goes to show that behind all the AEW versus WWE talks, this proves that AEW is superior.
Yeah.
This
It
proves that
still shows
AEW
that
this
everyone is still family
yeah,
on both.
and from both sides. Like
Yeah.
you can't say nothing bad. Everybody from WWE was giving their thoughts. Everybody from Impact and the independent scene was giving their thoughts and
Mm-hmm.
prayers. It's like this guy touched a lot of people.
Right.
He touched a lot of people. He even made me laugh with his just his comedic side of humor when he was doing his web series on YouTube with everybody from All Elite.
Right.
So nobody had nothing bad to say. That tribute was beautiful. If y'all don't know, it's on YouTube. Type in AEW, you're gonna see the tribute videos and everything. But I liked it. The part that had me was when they retired the TNT Championship because the
Yes.
TNT Championship was held by Darby Allin, and but they're gonna make a new design for that,
Uh huh.
so he will still be a TNT champion. But Brody Lee was the first person to beat Cody for that TNT Championship,
I saw that match.
and he made that special.
Yes.
He made that special,
Yes.
and it was a beautiful tribute nonetheless. And rest in peace to Brody Lee. Paying respects to his family, so on and so on. But yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah. So, but that is all that we have for today. Again, rest in peace to Brother Lee. Rest in peace to all the fallen soldiers. Like I said in the beginning, from 2020, hopefully 2021 brings us positivity. That's the goal.
New goals. What do we have? Any new goals for this
New goals and
for this
opportunities,
year?
man. Like every year, everybody has a goal to set that they want to get something done for the year, something big, whether it's weight loss, better health, eating right, starting a podcast like we did in 2020.
Our goal for
Um,
this podcast is to
mhm.
to expand more.
Yeah,
That's gonna
our
be that.
podcast. We want to expand our podcast more.
Get more
Work on
people on here. Share their stories
yes, sir.
with
That's
you,
the whole
with you
goal. That's our
guys, because we
goal.
do this for y'all.
Yes, we love our fans. A lot of us, a lot of fans was hitting us up, talking about when we gonna be back. We back now. We
Hey,
just been
hey,
busy.
hey, hey,
So
hey, hey. That grind does not stop. That grind
nah, don't
does
stop.
not
We
stop.
here. We still here.
Grind does
Boys
not
and
stop.
Red, we still here. We back now. So we'll see y'all again soon. But like we said, that's one big goal we got for ourselves is to expand our brand, ourselves individually and as a team, so we can make this brand Forbes and Red be, one of the top podcasts in the world one day.
One day.
So
We
again,
not there
shout
yet.
out to my boy Red. You know, we here. Like I said, y'all, we'll see y'all hopefully next week. That's the goal next week. Like I said, we're gonna be back next week, or probably, we'll pop up one of these days. Y'all will see us. But
We
as
gonna work on it. We gonna work on it.
we're gonna work on it. We both busy, man. But we always got time for our fans and
Late
supporters.
night, early mornings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So again, y'all know who I am. To our new people, I'm Forbes. Y'all know
I'm
my boy
red.
Red. You did. So again, happy New Year to everybody. We're gonna start the new year off right. And, we're gonna have a great year. That's the goal. Great year. No more
Tremendous.
negativity. Nothing. All positivity,
No
Red.
more drama.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, like we said, peace, love. What happens in the locker room stays in this locker room. We'll see y'all next time.